Matt, I've got something. I had something massive on the LRF rod. Had something huge on the LRF rod, it's ran me to ground.
Right, so we've arrived. You don't know where yet, but we've got a bigger problem than that. What's happened?
Well, we're a long way away from where we've just flown from.
So we had a 10-hour first leg,
Yeah.
we've had a 6-hour second leg, and we've arrived, but guess what hasn't arrived?
We got no bags, so the plan of fishing first thing in the morning is out the window.
Yep, so we're gonna have to we haven't got any clothes, hot out here, and we've got to go and buy board shorts and other stuff, so.
Just to give you, that's going to give the game away, but to give you a clue, our suitcases are in Terminal 3, San Fran.
Currently 04:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, I'm always up early, so left Andy in bed snoring, and came down to where we've got the sea behind me and just really waiting for the dawn to come up so that I can see what we're getting ourselves into, basically. So still no luggage, unfortunately, but that's how it is. We'll just have to deal with that one, and obviously got no fishing equipment, just what we bought last night at the shop, but yeah, we will see. So we'll make our best of it, as we always do.
It's a white one. White.
Is that not it?
No. That's it, innit? That is definitely with a yellow luggage lock.
Yeah.
Well, I've got clothes.
Oh, there's two. Is that one behind the other? Oh, and there's mine. Look, there's mine. Whee! Results. Doesn't look as full as it did though.
As long as some fishing rods are using. Yes, it's quite interesting at the minute. I've got that like pre-fishing nerves. I don't know what you call it really. It's like a little anxiety. You don't know what you're going to...
It's like anticipation.
I guess, yeah, there's a bit of anticipation. There's a bit, especially in a country like Hawaii, when you really, really don't know. Like, is it poisonous fish? There's 1,100 species of fish over here. Who knows what's going to come up? Are we going to catch anything? You've always got them, like, pre-fishing nerves of, like, am I actually going to catch anything? I believe I've got enough in my locker to winkle a fish out of anywhere, but I've never fished here before, so...
I think it's also excitement mixed with the risk of failure.
Especially like where we've just come from as well, like not having no gear and now we're behind. We've been out and had a look at all these rock marks that, you know, potentially hold fish. Like, what approach do I take first? You know, we've got volcanic rock, and I've never fished around volcanic rock like this. We know there's fish there, we've seen them.
Some of those rock pools today were absolutely, they just blew me away. Like that shell.
Oh, I know, yeah, yeah, I've never seen nothing like it. But then it's only when you find things like that in the rock pool that you're like, actually we're half the world away in a tropical country, you know. You kind of, it's a beautiful place, but it doesn't quite feel real, and you don't realise kind of the scale of where we are and what we're going to be fishing for.
What else you got in the way of metals?
Metals wise, I am going to take some metals. I was going to start with a metal today. I don't know why I've just started fishing a Texas rig. Let me just tie this knot and I'll show you. So what I'm thinking, firstly, I want to get out on one of them rocky peninsulas and I want to cast over the clean ground. I'm just thinking the sun's up quite high in the sky at the minute. I want to get it down right amongst the rocks. I'm on a Texas rig just to give me a bit of weedless presentation first. Like drop shot would have been my go-to, I think, just for if I wanted to catch anything, because there's loads of them fish that are really skittish around those lava rocks there, but I ain't never fished nothing like it, so I don't know what it's going to be like yet.
What are you putting on as a rubbing leader?
In answer to that, this one's got 5 pound on. This is only like a real finesse presentation over the sand. And then at the edge, you know where we saw them peninsulas where it was like volcanic rock into sand?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to cast over the sand, bring it across the bottom, and then if I don't get any hits there, move up in the layers.
Yeah,
but we saw little wrasse, there's all sorts of things. There's like them, I really, really want to catch one of them triggerfish. And this is what I think he's going to do it. So I'm going to stick like a white lure or a bit of white isomi or something on the bottom there. And then just hope that one of them grabs it. One of my big concerns is that the hooks aren't going to be strong enough. Just don't know. So I guess on my next rod, so probably going to use the shore jigger. Not the shore jigger, I'm not going to take the shore jigger out. I'm going to take the HRF rod out. It's like 7 to 28 gram. Get right in and amongst that that volcanic rock, like where we've got some of the deeper bits, and just see if like we can pull out any of the wrasse or grouper species that are about. Probably use just like black minnows. I'm probably going to use like either use some of these small black minnows that I've got, or I've got a load of really heavy HRF hooks. Use that with soft plastic. And then as the light's falling, I'm probably going to jump over to some of these metals. I'm not quite sure. Not the bigger shore jigger stuff. I'm just going to take the lighter sort of 15 to 20 gram.
That water was quite nice and clear though, wasn't it?
What's that, sorry?
The water was nice and clear.
Yeah, that water's crystal clear. Really nice to fish that type of thing where the colour line is. You know, where you've got like the sand washed. You know, where that sand's washing up in the swell, and you've got... We saw those fish in the rollers this morning, those smaller bait fish. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people on the beaches now, so I'm not going to be able to do that on the beach at this time of day. But where I'm heading for this short session, over the top, if we get over the top of that reef and then fish through that gully, I'm thinking there might be something through there. It's one of them things as well, it's knowing what gear to use on your first session. Like, you have this perception, you come to Hawaii and it's all big fish, but then the locals are telling us it's really difficult. So, what do you start with?
I think they said more that the pelagic fish have been pushed out a lot more.
Yeah.
Because obviously the snorkeling pressure and everything else.
Yeah, like, well, it's not. You've got snorkelers that are everywhere. You've got spear fishermen, commercial fishing activities. That's why I'm thinking rockfish is probably the way to go, just to put some fish on the bank rather than pelagic.
Confidence builder.
Yeah. Although that beach, you know, that one beach we looked at this morning, looked amazing for bonefish, but it's one of them. We're gonna have to suck it and see. Get out there early in the morning for a session before breakfast and just see if I can winkle something out. No way. First cast of the trip. No way. No way. First cast of the trip. That was my first cast. I don't know what it is. Looks like a trumpet fish. I'm going to get it back. After the trumpet fish first cast, the fishing was difficult. I had a couple of bites, I had a couple of fish reef me, I had a couple of fish get off, but it wasn't the fishing that I was expecting. The volcanic rock was really sharp and it was quite difficult to fish amongst, but fishing higher in the water was proving pointless. There wasn't nothing biting. I soon hooked into another trumpet fish, and I also took a small goby out of the rock pool behind me. But other than that, the fishing was really tough. Let's hope it gets better as the week goes on. Day 2 I rose early. I had meetings and different events to attend to on the Tuesday, so my fishing opportunities were short. I didn't catch anything on the beach and I didn't see anything in about an hour and a half's worth of fishing, so I called that a day and then got on to my meetings. I played golf in the afternoon and it was absolutely stunning, and it was probably one of the best choices that I could have made while I was on the island. Really, really enjoyed it.
The weather is absolutely fabulous. You are going to love this. If I can work out how to get out. Look at this. We are in sunny Hawaii, and guess what? Yes, it is sheeting it down. Proper British weather. So, we are now off, and we're just going to get on with it anyway.
Let's do it. Do you know the biggest problem today?
Go on.
Fish don't like getting wet, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult. I'm going to stay in the homes, then.
Oh, look, it's not windy at all.
Oh my God.
I don't think this crankbait's going to do much. Where are we going? Round that point?
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you go in this, it's not going to be nice.
Oh. That wind's changed direction. Compared to the forecast, it's supposed to be more northerly.
That look, 1 minute. Where we want to fish though, is that going to be getting pounded?
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon? Worth doing or not?
Probably not. Let me just look at the edge here. Realistically, look at all the colour as well. Colour line's about 100 foot, well, more than that, 100 yards out to sea. Water's brown.
Well, we're not going to catch you in the hotel room, so let's just go in.
Yeah.
Just have a go.
So we woke late on Wednesday. We woke to the sound of rain, and we knew it was forecast, but we kind of hoped it wasn't going to happen. But faced with it, you know, we said, well, we might as well get out, have a fish, which we did do. We had a good walk, we had a look. nothing was showing. The water was really coloured. The fishing was difficult anyway, so given the extra swell, it was either going to turn the fish on or just make it even harder, and it turned out it was even harder. We were soaked to the bone after a couple of hours, so we went back to the hotel room. We got dried off, and I had a look at the map of the island to see if I could find somewhere sheltered on the other side of the island, maybe a marina, and it was perfect really. We found what looked like a boat ramp, launch and a big marina on the north of the island, so we got an Uber taxi to take us up there. When we arrived at this area, it was really industrial. It wasn't the pretty Hawaii, the picture postcard kind of view that you see. It was quite industrial. Now, we were greeted with a sign. There was a sign that said, it told you about the fishing restrictions, it talked about the use of cast nets, and it talked about the limits in what you could take each day. And there were limits on the sign saying that you could only take 50 small fish a day. And when you see a sign like that, it's quite worrying, and it's quite indicative of kind of the habits on the island. I'm not one to question culture, so I just thought, well, fair enough. I know it's going to be tough.
Yeah, look at that.
There were so many signs of kind of public fishing there that I wasn't expecting a lot, and we didn't really see anything of any size. We moved around the marina. We went out all around on the rocky groin, kind of the sea defence wall. So we walked all around the sea defence. We tried around there. I had a small damsel fish. Matt never had any fish. And we decided to cut our losses. It really wasn't going our way. We were absolutely soaked. So we then took a walk to find a shop to get a SIM card, because I'd realised without Wi-Fi I couldn't get a taxi back, and we were in the middle of nowhere with no public payphones or anything. Fortunately, on the way back, the weather took another turn. The rain stopped and the temperature rose quite dramatically and dried everything out. Buoyed by this, we got dried off and then shot straight back out for an evening session.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Got something? Yeah. I got a fish! This guy has some serious gnashers on him. I was going to lift grip it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is.
You want forceps? I've got boa and forceps.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come over, photograph it on the rock. Cool. Yeah, let's get back. Cheers, mate.
swear I was getting the hits through here.
One more cast, dude, then we're going to go and hit that other rocky point.
Yeah, sound. Should have gone around that way.
Matt. Just, you can just lift him. Yeah.
Skills. My man.
What, are you going to get video or?
Yeah, I'm going to do video.
Do you want to do it the other way so the lights?
That's quite cool, the light.
Is it?
It's fine, it was correct. Right, way down. 3, 2, 1. Audio's on, go.
That is another trumpet. So that little fella come really shallow across the reef here. He was right in amongst them rocks and he just absolutely smacked it.
And as I was wading back in, I saw stuff darting around.
I'm going to get him back.
Yeah, go on, let's get him back. Nice one, well done, buddy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, so rigging up tackle now. Myself and Andy. I have gone, well, basically, let's tell you what we're going to do. So last night we were getting absolutely smashed on that sort of reef, and we're going to hit that this morning when we think the water will maybe be a little bit calmer and try and get a bit of top water action. And then we're going to carry on by just working our way back up the coast, get a bit of breakfast here, and then hit the rest of the day probably around the corner. So we will see you on the water, guys.
I had a bite on that first one, didn't I? Close in.
Yeah.
But it looks a little calmer today.
I think it's good. I think it'd be good for the top waters in there straight away. At least we're there before it's been disturbed by people as well, because I think when it gets dark, because they say the sharks are active, people get out the water.
Yeah.
Then the fish can come in as well.
Vertical.
I think that's a good tip.
Yeah, I won't try and get away from it. Well, you're never going to outswim it, are you? Anyway,
No.
So.
I reckon that's a good tip. And he's going to try and do the go vertical on the shark thing.
So the guy reckons, the Uber driver yesterday reckons if you're swimming, see the shark, you need to go vertical, so he doesn't think you're a seal or
Turtle.
Turtle.
Turtles and seals are the main food source of the sharks. Therefore, he reckons.
So I have myself down as like Raphael or Michelangelo for the turtles. So.
You're not Timmy the Turtle.
Nah. You're Splinter the Rat.
What do you reckon? Go straight out onto the reef now, and we can fish back into that calm water as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'll go second so that I can film you stacking it. If I do go in, make sure you save the gimbal.
Just spoons and fish off.
Yeah, no, this is what I said to you when I was coming in yesterday. This is where you got your trumpet from in here.
Yeah.
Matt, I've just been done by something big. Don't know, I think so. I'm gonna try and go round. Huh? I'll just try and do it. Ah, it's just moved. I've got it. Oh. It's not even that big, but it just hit so hard.
Another one of those.
Oh, it felt massive the way it hit. Just missed another one. Got it that time. It's another one of them. Matt. They hit hard for small fish, but it's brutal, isn't it? If you look at the terrain, like they're living where the breakers are crashing over. Got him. Oh, double hook! Oh, double hook up, double hook up. Two of the same. Well, I don't think we're going to catch anything else but them there.
So I'll try and rest them in this rock pool and I'll get them briefed.
Yeah, fish is still on. Too far. Got it. It's another one of them. On a crank. And again. Fish on. It's 2 in 2 casts. Same species. Exactly the same species. This is a smaller one. Right. Oh, you see that? Got it. Whoa, wowzer. It's fairly shallow running. No, it's a sinker, but it goes about 2 or 3 foot. This is insane.
Sorry, man.
Where's the what?
That's right, got it.
Oh! The old fella?
Captain Trumpet. 2 minutes, let me try and get this signal from there.
We stopped for lunch and then made a move to another mark. Matt hooked into what was his biggest fish of the trip so far. It was the biggest fish we've seen, and he was fishing my light game rod, and it absolutely done him. Neither of us had GoPros on. We were fishing a little bit sloppy. It was really warm, and we really weren't expecting what happened next.
Yep. Oh, fuck.
That took a lot of line. That's what we thought we were going to be seeing. That kind of action. It's done you on the rock, didn't it?
Yeah. I was trying to get round because I knew it was kiting round there. Sorry, dude, I must have fucking gear. Yep. Andy. Hey, what's that? What's this? It's blue and yellow? Is that one of those triggerfish? Yeah?
That's enough, isn't it? That's tabby.
Tabby. A little bit of tortoiseshell.
Take us to the good fishing, please.
This seems to be the cat hot, so it's a bit calmer.
Yeah, it's definitely calmer here today. So just for the benefit of my recording here, we were fishing off here yesterday with Matt. Matt was on a 3 to 15 gram light game travel rod, 10 pound line, 10 pound leader. He's fishing vertically below his feet down here, over the top of that ledge. He's got absolutely smashed. There's a really deep gully there that's about 15 foot, right under our feet. He's got smashed and the fish took off and it just ran around the corner and he snapped off. Now I didn't have the GoPro on at the time. I picked the GoPro up and I've only got that last bit of footage that we saw. But we've come back this morning just hoping we can hook up again. We've also got a drop net with us, so if we do hook a big fish, we can actually get it out. So I'm going to get down there before Matt catches them all. Matt, I've got something. I had something massive on the LRF rod. Had something huge on the LRF rod, it's ran me to ground.
So that is that for Hawaii. We've just finished our last session this morning. We're just finishing up the packing now. So we're off in about 10 minutes time. We're off to San Francisco on the next leg of our journey. What can I say about this week? It's been an interesting one. So initially, I don't think we made it clear at the start. I'm out here with work. Matt's joining me as my +1. I've had some work bits to do. It's not been an out fishing trip. I've been here to do some work activities. I've been playing golf, and in between we've been trying to fish. So it didn't help with the start that we had where we lost our luggage. I lost my luggage, had no way of fishing on the first day, which was perfect weather. On Tuesday I had work activities, meetings, conference, and some other bits, and I had golf in the afternoon. Didn't get to fish on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we started our fishing to, as you've seen in the videos, torrential rain. We went to the north coast. That didn't really do anything up there. What we'd done, I looked at Google Maps and I was hoping to find some sheltered areas. Found a harbour, went to the north, knew I was going to be protected from the wind up there, and it was flat calm. But the first sign that we were greeted with when we got there was a federal law about taking no more than 50 small fish a day, to not use cast nets and to only use hand lines with 2 hooks. When you see that kind of thing, it's the warning signs are there that it's probably overfished. And what we found were lots of tropical fish that were kind of this size. We went looking for bigger fish. I caught something that looked like a damselfish, but to be honest, our spirits were absolutely shot, mainly because we were soaked. Like, you come all the way to Hawaii, look at it today, it's absolutely stunning, but you don't expect to hit torrential downpours like that. But do you know what? It's a bonus that we're here in the first place. It's a benefit to get to be able to fish, so I can't moan too much. After that, fishing was okay. It wasn't nowhere near what we expected. You know, we travelled here with 6 rods. I've got shore jigging rods, I've got bass rods, I've got stuff for popping. I've got a lot of really heavy kind of destination gear with me, and the fish just weren't there. We didn't see any signs. We saw like 2 GTs over a reef. We've both been bussed up a couple of times, but the people that are out there snorkeling, the guys that went on they went on like a submarine tour, and they went to a depth of 130 meters, and even down there it was a lot of tropical fish. There was a couple of white tip reef sharks, but there wasn't much pelagic around. That's what we're really looking for. When we went out on a session yesterday, we had a guy that guides here. He's a fly fishing guide, and we were having a chat with him, and he said like he's had a client with him a week and they blanked every day. So that's kind of indicative of what was happening with GTs and kind of the big pelagics. And it was a real eye-opener to someone like myself. I consider myself to be quite proficient with LRF and light game, and could not figure out what the tropical species wanted. The ones that we did see were really skittish. We saw some really beautiful fish, some absolutely incredible fish with every different colour of the rainbow on them. But a lot of them are eating corals, they're eating crustaceans, and they just weren't interested. Managed to turn a few fish today which look like perch. Not sure what they are. I'm going to look that up later on the flight. But they weren't interested either. Hey, I can't complain. I've been to Hawaii for 6 days and it's been absolutely amazing. So thank you. If anyone from the company sees this, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come out here. We're off now to San Francisco, hoping to go bass fishing, both in freshwater and salt, and hopefully going to chase a few halibut. So fingers crossed, if there's another video, it's gone well. Thanks for watching.